Good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Que-stead-Que. What you gonna do? I don't know, but something's gonna grow. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Que-stead-Que. Let me show you the temperature in here. It is currently 66 outside. I looked at my phone, and in here it is hitting right around 90 degrees in the greenhouse. I'm out here today for two things, and we're going to get right to the first order of business. And that is, I'm going to be tasting guava for the first time. I'm doing a taste test, y'all. Doing a taste test. Okay, so we're going to get to that. And then after that, I am going to be up-cupping the peppers. And I'm not going to do that on camera, so I will not bore you. So this will be a short film. Okay, reaching into the bag. I've got the guava. And I've got the knife. This is nice and ripe. It's nice and soft. My sister told me, I was like, how do you know it's ripe? And she was like, all I know is when I tasted mine, it was soft. So I put it on the table so that they could ripen. And this was the only ripe one in the bunch. So I said, let me grab it and do a taste test on today. Let's cut through it. Ooh, it's nice and soft. See how easily it's cutting? This is what it looks like. I've never tasted guava before, so here we go. Cheers. Have a bite. It's pretty good. I can tell it's tropical. It has a citrusy taste. It's real good. The texture is almost like that of a ripe pear, but it has a totally different flavor. Real good. Okay, I'll buy these again for sure if I see them again at Myers. What was I gonna say? I like this better than that. What's that other one? The kumquat, for sure. Really like this. So, this is nice. And it's the perfect ripeness. It's not too soft and it's not hard at all. Just a nice ripeness. Okay. I'm going to finish this up, and then I'm going to get started with my up-cupping. Oh, another thing, my strawberries, they survived. They're coming to life. Yeah, the leaves are crispy. I think they're going to grow new leaves. I'm not going to cut them off. I'm going to leave those dead ones on there, but the stems have gotten green, and I think they're going to sprout new leaves, and when I see any type of new growth, then I will take the dead leaves off. Because I'm not quite sure how that works. So, because this is my first time being successful at overwintering strawberries, so I don't want to mess up. So I think they'll be safe just the way they are. I'm going to fill up the little waterer, and that'll be it. Okay, so I will return after I finish up cupping, and then I will show you. Oh, I brought my cold crops out too. I'm going to take them in this first night. I'm going to take them in this evening. I'll leave them for the rest of the day. It's only like 2 o'clock. I'll leave them, or not 2 o'clock, it's about 3 o'clock. I'll leave them for the rest of the day out here to let them kind of acclimate to the greenhouse. And then I'll come back out at about 7:30 this evening. Once it begins to cool down, I'll double check the temperature in the greenhouse to see where we're at. If it's still 70 or 60-ish in here, I might take a chance and leave them out all night after I close up the greenhouse. But if it's any cooler than, if it's cooler than 60, I would say, then I'll just take them in for the night. I'm going to leave them in the little tray, and then I'll bring them out tomorrow, because tomorrow we're supposed to hit like mid-70s. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, everybody, here I am back 30 minutes later. Put my glasses back on. I had them on while I was doing my transplanting. Then I took them off because I went in the house to get my water. Isn't this cute, you guys? I got this at the liquidation store, Joann's, that's currently closing. They had them like 40% off a couple of weeks ago. Forgot to show my other group. But I've got this one. It was red, but now it's pink. I see with the coldness hitting it, it changed colors. So perhaps that's the deal. And then I also bought a green one. So it's going to be interesting to see what color that one changes to. But I love it. It holds a lot. As small as this thing is, it holds a lot of ice and water. Let me put it back on the table. In fact, here's one of my mushroom tables. I don't know if y'all have ever seen it, but there it is right there. And then the other one holds the saffron. Okay, let's come back up. Okay, so I am complete with what I needed to do today. I got the peppers and the pineapple ground cherries up-cupped. So here they are. I'm gonna leave this out here because number one, I've seen fungus gnats, so it can stay out here in the greenhouse. I'm gonna have fungus gnats out here anyway. There's no way to control them. I'll just spray from time to time and hopefully they'll die. Okay, then here's all the peppers. They have been cupped, and I've kept them together because peppers do not mind being kept together. I did throw out a few seedlings and that one should have gone, but because my sister wants the bell peppers, I kept them because the ones that I threw out, they hadn't done anything other than sprouted, but the rest of them has shown growth. I kept all the ground cherries, and they also do not mind being paired up. Oops, and I forgot to put the microphone back on. Let me get that. Although it's right here hanging on the phone, so it probably picked up. But I'm about to unplug. 1 second. I want to show y'all the strawberries. I know I'm all over the place. Oops. I'm going to tear that microphone up. I already know it. I might as well prepare to buy another one because it's outrageous. Okay, I have the door open, so it's now dropped down to about 83 degrees in here, and it's still hot. The barometer says it's going to be stormy. It is supposed to storm tonight and tomorrow because tomorrow we're supposed to hit around 74, 75 the whole weekend actually. Then it's going to cool down again, but not by much. Okay, here are the cold crops. I decided, y'all, okay, I'm taking a gamble, but when I come out here this evening at about 7, if it's, I said I would leave them out if it's 60. I don't think it's going to hit freezing in here, by no means. And these are cold crops, okay? That means they can tolerate the cold. With the exception of the Jimmy Nardello pepper, I will take that in, but the rest of them, I'm going to leave them out here. And even with the rain tomorrow, I'm still coming out here to check on them if I leave them out. I have an umbrella in the house. Okay, I'm moving kind of slow, like Aunt Joe. Okay, as you can see, my cherry trees, I did prune them back in November, and they're starting to bud. So I'm satisfied with that. And as you can see, although the strawberries are crispy, see that right there? See the green? They're waking up, you guys. So I'm gonna just leave them the way that they are. I am gonna get some more of this hay out, but that'll be next week. I put some new water in. Okay, here's another one. I may not need to take the hay out. They seem to be just waking up on their own, when I see that green. But I'll move a little of it. I'm gonna get this together because this is going to be, I don't know what I'm gonna put here yet, but it'll probably be a few of the cold crops, perhaps the cabbage and the cauliflower. And I still have all this stuff to get cleared and clean, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. First of all, let me get myself down. I just stumbled. First of all, I have help coming through the Grow Club, so I'm not worried about it. I just want to get through the second surgery and make sure that everything is okay, and then I can go from there. I'll just play it by ear, but hopefully I won't where I was just trying to play catch up all summer long and couldn't. I finally gave up on it. I don't think it'll be that bad this year, especially since I have help on the way, but I just don't know how it's going to turn out. I know one thing, the planting will be done. So if I have to go out and end up buying some more tubs or whatever, I will. But right now, I have those 3 garden deck tables. They're still out there. I could bring those too because they're not over 10 pounds. But the one that has the soil in it, I cannot lift that until, I can't do any lifting until the 22nd of April. That will be my final, well, actually the 14th is when the doctor will release me. That's my final appointment. But the 22nd is when I finish off my drops and everything. So I can't really do any lifting or anything more than what I've been instructed to not do or do until the 22nd of April, technically. And I'm doing this textbook, you guys, because we're talking eyes here. So I don't want to mess up anything. I've been reading horror stories by people, and I'm thinking, you were just non-compliant, because when they explain the story of what happened after the fact, my thing is they're just being non-compliant. I mean, things can happen, don't get me wrong, but when they tell their story, you can read in between the lines, like the drop stung too bad. If they stung too bad, more than likely you didn't do the drops like you were supposed to. You have to fight through that. Mine has stopped stinging. It stung last night when I did my last one, and I figured that was because my eyes had been, worked all day and tired. So the last one stung, but it wasn't that bad. This morning, it didn't sting. When I did my second drop at 3 o'clock, it stung just a wee bit. And so I'm finding that if I drop the drop, because the nurse told me, I said, how do I put them in? Because I've seen all these videos of how you're supposed to grab the eye and all this stuff. She said, get it in however you can. So I go to the top at the lid and I drop and I let that medicine, because it's kind of thick, it comes down real slow and it goes all over my whole eyeball, the sides, everything underneath. And then sometimes I don't even have to dab because it goes in. And sometimes I might just have to dab a little bit. So I know the medicine is getting in. And sting or no sting, I just got to fight through it. And then, then I have my other drop just in case it's, in 5 minutes if I feel I need to use the gel drop. But I haven't had to do it. I did put it in last night after the eclipse, right before I went to bed, just to make sure that I don't develop dry eye again. But other than that, I haven't had to use it. I haven't used it today, and I've done 2 doses, and I have 2 more to go. So I'll keep on that same schedule as long as my eye doesn't get dry or irritated, and I'll just use the drops at bedtime, and then if I feel I need them at any other time, I can always use them. All right, you guys, so that's it. I'm done with what I had to do. The peppers will remain out here until about 7:30. Then I'll come out and get them, as well as the ground cherries. That Jimmy Nardello, I'm going to move it over there so I don't forget him. And that's it. And then, like I said, 9 times out of 10, those cold crops are staying in here. So that's it. And it's Friday, so you all have a wonderful weekend. If you don't see me tomorrow or Sunday, and may God bless you all, because I've been on like every day this week, so it's time for a break. Y'all need a break, okay? All right, you guys, so I'm going to get off, and I will let you know the progress of the cold crops if they do stay out, so I might come on briefly Sunday to let you know that. Okay, so I will talk to you guys later, and may God bless you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Bye-bye.